Today on Suncoast View, changes to a Manatee County bridge. We look at the upcoming work to be done over the Manatee River.
New guidelines to help kids fight obesity. Learn what the American Academy of Pediatrics says you can do to help your child avoid becoming overweight.
And we will help you shop local with upcycled seasonal candles from the Bradenton Public Market. All that and more right now on Suncoast View.
Welcome to the show. I'm happy to be with Linda Carson and Joey Panic. Happy Friday. We've made it to the weekend.
Oh, this is so exciting. Because in the summer, there's not a whole lot of things going on. Now there are tons and tons of things going on this week.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, now that I'm doing theater again on the weekends, this really isn't my Friday. In some ways, this is my Monday, but it's my Friday from here. But it's okay because it's all good stuff.
You're working like 7 days a week.
Yeah. But you know what? I love most of what I'm doing.
By choice.
So, yeah.
Okay. You're doing the cabaret at FST up on the roof. Awesome. You won't believe this is the Joey Panic you know here.
Thank you. You didn't have to mention it, but I certainly appreciate it.
That may have been an insult, Joey.
No, please sign my arm now because, yes, it was very good. But if you're not like Joey and you don't have something going on this weekend, we have some fun things you can do with the family this weekend. So the 32nd Annual Pumpkin Festival is continuing at Hunsader Farms in Bradenton, going on 9 to 5 this weekend and next. They offer music, crafts, games, hay rides, pony rides, corn mazes, food, petting zoo, all kinds of different fun going on this weekend and next. And also going on this weekend, the Sarasota Pride Festival. It's found a new home in downtown Sarasota's Rosemary Art and Design District. It's this Saturday from noon to 5. There is a community pride bike rally, a pet parade, live music, local vendors, and more. It's free for the whole community. So for more information, you can visit Project Pride's website at ppsrq.org. And another idea. Are you a witch or maybe a witch at heart? Witches are invading Venice this Sunday at 10:30 a.m. at the North Jetty Fish Camp to paddleboard, a spooktacular morning paddle with a bunch of paddleboarders dressed as witches. So something really kind of for the whole family this weekend.
Witches normally ride brooms.
This is a little different.
Paddleboards.
Paddleboarding is hard as it is.
Yeah.
It's a challenge with the weight balance, but then to be in a witch's costume,
I know.
I'm intrigued and curious, a little
scared.
But have you ever tried riding a broom? So this has got to be a lot easier.
This is maybe one step down from a broom, but it's hard to balance. Have you guys ever paddleboarded?
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. It's a little tricky to get the balance. My tip when I went and did the lesson, they said keep your feet as far apart on the board as you can just to keep your balance, but it's still hard.
And if you're wearing those little witchy poo heels, it's going to be even harder.
And a hat? Is that going to throw off our balance?
One more witch is going to fall in, and then you'll see the little striped socks sticking out of the
we
water.
don't want to make a witch mad.
No.
And they might melt. You know, if you get a witch wet, don't they melt?
There's so many great events going on, but I have so many questions. That's fun. I like it.
Lots of questions, but all kinds of fun things to do this weekend if you're looking to stay local. And today in the Rice's Appliance Kitchen, we have Chef Malin from Screaming Goat back with us here. Welcome. What are you making for us today, Chef?
We are doing roasted Brussels sprout tostadas today.
Ooh, and we can smell the Brussels sprouts. They smell delicious.
And you, like you said, roasted smells so much better than boiled Brussels sprouts.
Yes.
It smells amazing in here.
Yes. Well, we can't wait to join you in the kitchen here in a little bit. It's time for our first hot topic. If you have taken any of our bridges over the Manatee River, you know they can slow down, especially during rush hour drive time. Florida Department of Transportation has announced a project to replace the aging DeSoto Bridge, and the work is set to begin in 2027. It will take about 3 years to complete, according to FDOT. The bridge, which was built in 1957, will remain 4 lanes, 2 on each side. But FDOT is looking to add a shared used pedestrian cycle lane. So I was kind of wishing this project would add more lanes of travel because that kind of seems to become our issue. When I'm tracking traffic in the morning, it's really bad, especially southbound over really all 3 bridges over the Manatee River. So when I saw a new project, I got so excited. And then when I saw they weren't adding a lane, I was like, oh man, I don't know if this will help our congestion issues. But it is aging, so that's kind of why they're doing it.
But the traffic backs up when people are going to work in the mornings and the afternoons.
Yeah.
Not many people go to work on a bike or walk across those bridges.
Right.
So I don't know why they don't give that space to cars going across.
It may not be enough space for a full other car lane, just enough for a
Well, they
pedestrian
carried it
lane.
down for 4 years.
Yeah,
They
they
have
can
time to
add
put
it.
one.
They can add it.
I mean, I guess I agree with you because, you know, whenever there is construction over something, it is frustrating because you're like, oh, it's going to shut this down for for as long as it takes to do the construction.
Yeah.
But you do hope on the other side of it, everything's going to be better. Remember, when you talk about construction over a bridge, I think about the John Ringling Bridge.
Right.
Nobody wanted, it was just a tiny little rinky-dink with the little the things that went up.
And people said, when that's torn down, you are putting a scar on the face of a beautiful woman.
no.
This new bridge is so much more
Yes, and we got this
beautiful.
amazing bridge. And I do feel like traffic moves so much more smoothly because they don't have to raise the bridge
got
every
it.
time a boat goes through.
Okay.
But I'm with you. Like, I love that there's a pedestrian lane because
Yeah.
I think it encourages the future.
Yeah.
But, you know, the cars aren't going anywhere.
No.
By the time they finish it, there'll be a lot more cars.
More people are always moving here, so that kind of becomes an issue. And with one of the 3 bridges closed, are the other 2 bridges going to be that much more congested? I just get so nervous
For
about
4
that.
more years.
Yeah.
Oh my
This might be naive of me, but I tend to hope, I'm like, maybe there must be this discussion happening by the experts who
Yeah.
say, and maybe there's a reason why they can't add another lane.
Sure.
Because from my armchair seat, I'm like, why? Come on,
Right.
people.
Make it as big as you want. That's a big
Let it be as wide as a
But
city
there's
block.
some structural problem maybe with adding it that we don't know. It's above our heads, right? Yeah. But, you know, I always say the one thing we can plan on in Florida is some construction, right? We're used to it because we have good weather almost all year round. So you can always be improving the road. So fingers crossed it will improve the road eventually. All right. Well, for the first time, Victoria's Secret is introducing underwear specifically designed to meet the needs of women with disabilities. The adaptive features include magnetic closures, sensory-friendly fabrics, and fully adjustable and convertible front straps. The adaptive line is now available to customers online and in their stores nationwide. I think this is a great idea, and I'm kind of wondering what took us so long. Why are we just now introducing this?
I don't know, those magnetic structures sort of bother me. What if they pop open?
Yeah, do we trust the magnets? But I think this is great. You know, you guys know I volunteer for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and so I have a lot of folks that are maybe wheelchair bound or otherwise not able, and so to be able to give something for them to make them feel included, I think this is huge.
I've had a lot of older friends say, I don't know what I'm going to do when my husband dies. Who will I get to fasten my underwear in the back?
That's true.
I know soon they'll have to do bracelets too, because isn't that the other thing that you always need a husband for your bracelets? I love this. I feel like the word like inclusivity has become a divisive word when it shouldn't be. This is a great example of people need a service, and if you're not somebody who needed adaptive underwear like this, well then it's not for you, but there are people that need it. I think this is great. I remember interviewing a woman who had just had hip surgery, and she had mentioned most of the cut of ladies' underpants cut right across where her scar was. So she was actively looking for a different cut. She ended up using men's tighty whities because she said they rode up higher.
More comfy.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But like that's a great example of like it's something you don't even realize affects a huge number of people. So I think this is great.
And as you get older, you need a lot of those devices.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think it's a step in the right direction, so I'm applauding them for doing this. I think it's great. All right, well, do you ever have those days where you just want to unplug and be unreachable for a while? Well, that's exactly what Dolly Parton says she does. She's only reachable by fax, she says. Dolly says she has a long reported love of using a fax machine as her primary form of communication. She says it takes up too much of her time if she tried to get in touch with everyone who's trying to get in touch with her. So she says, fax me or call me and I'll call you back. So this is kind of interesting. It seems a little bit archaic. When's the last time you guys sent a fax?
I haven't even looked at my fax machine.
Oh, you have one?
Maybe Dolly has sent me a fax.
You got to check it, Linda. She's trying to communicate with you.
I love this. Miley Cyrus confirmed this a while ago because, you know, I think that's her goddaughter, and had said, like, if she wants to reach Dolly, she has to fax. And she knows that the fax will then be printed and read to Dolly.
Yes.
I love this. This is like, I had a friend that used to have his voicemail was, please don't leave me a voicemail.
Just text me.
Yes. And then when you text him, he had an autoresponder in his email.
No.
So he basically was like, please don't contact me. So if you did get through, then you felt lucky.
You felt lucky. Oh, that's so funny.
I'd rather be text. I'd rather have somebody text me than call me or email me.
Yeah.
Because I'm checking that constantly.
Right. And text is less intrusive. Like some people, it is easier to jump on a phone call for a lot of stuff. But if you send a text to set up a phone call, that's what I'll do sometimes. Hey, do you have time today that I can call you? Because I find when I call someone, I feel intrusive. What if they're in the middle of of something and they need to stop everything for me for the next 5-20 minutes, however long it's going to take to get through this issue, where I'll send a text and say, call me at your convenience, and then we can both find a time for us.
A text takes like 5 seconds, and a phone call is going to stretch out 15 minutes or so.
Maybe she likes seeing people's handwriting, you know? Like if they handwrite a text.
Yeah, handwritten facts.
You might as well just write a letter and put it on a horse and send it.
Send a pigeon at this point. I don't even know. It's been a long time since I've seen a fax machine. I will say, 5 years ago, I worked at a TV station that had a fax machine, and there was one specific police department that said, if you have a request, you have to fax it to us. I would email, and they'd be like, no, you got to fax. So that's the last time I used a fax machine. I don't know if I've
work at that police
She may have. She might have been their information officer. I don't know. But that's the last time I saw a fax machine, and I thought, this is so archaic. I'm like, join the 21st century, you know.
But the thing is, it's working for Dolly.
It works for her, and she can be unavailable, which I think sometimes we all are jealous of that. We just want to be like, don't contact me.
She takes that fax with those big old nails and like trying to hold on
reading
to
it, and then she just chucks it. She's like, I don't want to respond.
That reads it for her.
Yes,
she doesn't have to go pick it up.
Yeah, I love it. All right, well, we all love Dolly, so she can do whatever she wants. Some people have argued that the traditional subjects taught in school don't always prepare our students for the real-world challenges they face in life. So, a school in Missouri has come up with a solution. Student Conference Day. It was created to teach students some basic life skills, things such as change a tire, self-defense, renting an apartment, test-taking strategies, time management, and more. So they're finding financial aid for college, they're completing job applications, learning to drive safely. I think this is a great idea. What do you guys think of this idea? Because I feel sometimes my high school education didn't prepare me for the real world.
Sometimes.
Well, most subjects. I'm like, am I going to use this?
Yeah, I took physics and calculus and chemistry, but what I needed was how to change a tire and how to balance the checkbook and how to do your taxes. Of course, taxes change every year. That would have helped back then. But we need those practical things. That there's no avoiding them. Even Dolly has to do all of those
Even
things.
Dolly, yes. I know she probably hired someone for some of the taxes, but she has to do some of the basic skills that we didn't learn. I'm like, am I using the Pythagorean theorem or any of the things I learned in chemistry? Not really. I mean, yes, you want to have a well-rounded education, but life skills I was super lacking. I did take one class that they gave you the electronic baby that had the keys. If it's crying, you know, here's the, you put this key in for a diaper change, you put this key in for food. And that was great. I had that at 15. So it really taught the responsibilities of like maybe teen parenting. And that was a really great class because then you got to know this is what it would be like to have a full-time baby. And it almost scared you in a way where you're like,
that was the point.
Yes, that was the point.
Home economics was supposed to be that, right? That was supposed to encompass everything, but then it all of a sudden became like, you know, home economics is cooking and making scones.
To sew in a button, to hem.
Which actually is a great skill. Because I'm embarrassed to tell you how much money I would have to spend for some of the things that I should probably know how to do myself.
Yeah, I learned those things, but not in classes. And there should have been more classes.
Let's sign up for this night class.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go to Missouri. We're in. We want to learn some of these skills ourselves. All right, well, we're getting excited about Halloween. Most decorations, they're harmless. They're an ode to the spooky season, but one home in New York had such realistic decorations the neighbor thought there was an emergency in the house. The local fire department posted this video to Facebook showing a home that appears to be engulfed in orange flames inside. They can see the blaze in the windows and the smoke like haze coming from the inside of the house. That does. I mean, if you're far enough back, that looks realistic.
I love that. Yes, I'd love to have that at my house.
I mean,
but then the neighbors are calling.
Thank God for their neighbors. Like, you know, you want neighbors that care enough, but they probably, in hindsight, should have, like, let the neighbors know, like, hey, listen, we really did a great job with our decorations.
Maybe send out a fax.
I wonder how the neighbors do feel about having that. Because you don't want, after Halloween, make all your neighbors hate you. And some decorations can do that very quickly.
Yes, well, I know, too, that if your decorations are too good and you get, like, a line of cars that come through. My brother used to live in one of our Suncoast neighborhoods that did an amazing job. But he was a big old Scrooge about it. Because he said, I can never get into my house.
I can't get to my parking spot. Yeah.
Well, we should all have such good neighbors.
Yeah. If you're going to put up a fake fire, please give us a call or a fax.
We'd like to come out.
We'd like to see it, but let us know so we don't call the police department. All right, well, let's check in with our mid-morning forecast. And when we come back, it's Financial Friday. We're talking about signing up for benefits at work.
It is a beautiful morning. The 60s will get back into the 70s by late morning, and 82 for a high temperature around 2 to 3 in the afternoon. But the dew points stay in the 60s. It's just a comfortable Friday for us, and we have a nice weekend too. That 82 will be near that 2-3 o'clock hour. The rain chances stay right about 0 here. So in our computer models, we don't even see much for cloud cover pushing on in. By noontime, already a few 80-degree temps a little bit inland, and then by 3 o'clock, that's when we see that peak of the heat. The UV index is high. Rip current risk is moderate as the winds pick up out of the west-northwest. Water temp at the buoy at Venice at 76. Just a light chop on the waters today, a moderate chop on Saturday there. We're tracking a cold front that has very little difference about our weather at all. Doesn't even cool us off much. We're 84 for Saturday and Sunday. Back to you.
This is the time of year when many companies offer open enrollment for next year's insurance plans. It may be tempting to just check some boxes and do the same old thing you did last year. But for Financial Friday, Chris Fair, the founder of Freedom Financial Group, is here to remind us that it's a good time to maximize your work benefits. Oh, is it ever, Chris? So what are some of the questions we should ask ourselves when we're choosing our insurance plan?
Yeah, you know, it's really important to maximize all aspects of your financial life, and open enrollment is definitely one of them. So that's why we really promote at Freedom Financial to take care of all aspects of our clients' financial lives. And the first thing you should ask yourself is, instead of just signing up for the same insurance plan you did last year, ask yourself a few questions. Did I use up all of my deductible and actually use my insurance? Because if I didn't, and I'm otherwise healthy, and I can handle maybe a bad medical year, it might save me a lot of money to choose a higher deductible plan, which can also help us move into another great tax advantage, HSAs.
Those are your favorite alphabetical letters. H, tell me again.
S.
HSA. HSA. What does that
That's right. Well, it's health savings account. So there's two ways that you can use pre-tax money for benefits. One is through a flexible spending account, which if a company offers that, you put pre-tax dollars into this account, you have to use it up all by the end of the year for approved expenses. But a health savings account is the only triple tax benefit under the tax code. Money goes into it tax-free or pre-tax. Growth happens within the account, completely tax deferred, and when you take the money out for medical expenses, even long after you retire, it's tax-free. So tax-free going in, tax-free growth, tax-free coming out. And the great thing about those is they up the limits by the most they've ever done this year. So a married couple can contribute $8,300 combined into an HSA account if they have one of those high deductible health plans. In fact, there's over $104 billion in HSA plans, and it's one of the great ways to prepare for retirement, because in your final earning years where you're making more, if you stuff a bunch of money into an HSA, you can have 15, 20 years of paid for medical expenses tax-free.
Oh, that is wonderful. And we don't even think about these things when we're checking that little box. What are some other benefits that we should look for?
Yeah, you know, the reason people don't do that is it's confusing. It's intimidating.
It is.
It really is. And it's so much thrown at you, so you really have to find that. But other things is it a good idea to up your life insurance? What happened in your life? Did you have a child? Did a child move out? Is it time to protect your earnings? You know, many of us have the ability to protect our earnings through a disability plan at work, but is 55% of our income really going to be enough? So should we up that amount as well? And then there's other kind of fun things that companies are adding now, like pet insurance.
Oh, do you need that though, if you have, as your pet gets older?
Absolutely, because that can be really expensive.
It certainly can. But this is something that is really an individual thing. What would work for me would not work for many of the young people around here. So How can you guide us through all that?
Yeah. That's why you really need to seek an expert. Now, your human resources area should have experts in your company to help, but sometimes you want to coordinate that with your financial plan as well. So, yeah, we definitely help people out with that. And one of the key things to do is look at your 401k plan. You know, it's not part of open enrollment, but if you're not maxing out, can you add 1% a year? And look at the Roth IRA or the Roth 401k. If you have a Roth 401k option, once you put that money in, it grows tax-free and is forever tax-free for the rest of your life.
So when you take it out, you don't lose the tax advantage?
And currently, you don't have to take required minimum distributions.
That is a huge thing.
On a Roth.
That is a huge thing. It's wonderful to have guidance like this when you're early on working toward the days toward retirement, because once you get to retirement, you certainly are glad to see that money.
That's right.
Thank you so much. You help us make the right decisions, Chris. And to talk with Chris and to get financial help, go to soarwithffg.com. We'll be right back.
Don't miss Big Mama's Collard Greens Fest this Saturday at the Robert L. Taylor Community Complex. Enjoy great food, live music, family fun, and the best collard greens on the Suncoast. All at Big Mama's Collard Greens Fest this Saturday. Go to NewtownNation.com for more information. All day long, we tell the stories of Sarasota and Manatee counties. That's our commitment to you, to serve the Suncoast. We're ABC7, your local station.
Motto Brothers Furniture and Mattress is here to help you create the vision you've been dreaming of for your whole home. Save up to 40% off furniture and take an extra 20% off all accessories. Motto Brothers Furniture and Mattress. Bring your Florida lifestyle home.
Hi, I'm Caesar. Tired of Medicare open enrollment commercials with celebrities talking about free stuff? I'm a local insurance broker who knows that your situation is unique, and your Medicare plan better be too. Let me help. The Insurance Hub, we put the care in Medicare.
This is the all-new Tempur-Pedic Breeze mattress, and it's designed to help you feel cool. So no more sweating all night, no kicking off the covers, or blasting the air conditioning. Because only the Tempur-Pedic Breeze is made with our one-of-a-kind cooling technology that pulls heat away from your body, so the mattress feels up to 10 degrees cooler all night long for the cool, comfortable, undisturbed rest you deserve.
Rice's Appliance and Bedding Center, your local experts.
The October clearance jewelry sale is here at Classic Creations, now through October 28th. Hundreds of yellow tag jewelry items for men and women marked up to 75% off. From diamonds and colored stone rings, bracelets, pendants, and earrings, to men's jewelry, citizen watches, even pearl and estate jewelry. With many marked well below our wholesale cost. How could you go wrong? Spice up your fall with the October clearance sale only at Classic Creations.
Help local animals find forever homes. Watch ABC7's Pet of the Week every Friday at noon. Each week, we'll highlight a furry friend and tell you how you can make them a part of your family. Watch ABC7's Pet of the Week, sponsored by Bayside Pet Resort.
When plumbing repairs just can't wait, it's nice to know help is just around the corner. ABC Plumbing experts will be there in minutes to do the job once and do it right. Trust ABC Southwest Plumbing and Air Conditioning and consider it done.
Hi, I'm Caesar, not the dynamite guy or a football star telling you about free stuff. I'm a local insurance broker who knows that your situation is unique and your Medicare plan better be too. Let me help. The Insurance Hub, we put the care in Medicare.
Florida Leather Gallery's Falling for Fall sale is the perfect time to take home the leather seating of your dreams. Save up to 40% off store-wide. Plus, take an extra 10% off and enjoy 12 months of interest-free financing. Hurry in. Florida Leather Gallery.
Suncoast View Furniture, sponsored by Florida Leather Gallery. Your vision, your way.
Childhood obesity is soaring in this country. It affects more than 14 million children, making it the most common chronic childhood disease in this country. This has inspired the American Academy of Pediatrics to issue new guidelines for its prevention and treatment. Local pediatricians are raising awareness of these new guidelines, and joining us now, First Physicians Group pediatrician, Dr. Susan Mim. Welcome, Dr. Mim. We're so happy to have you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Why is obesity growing so much among children in our country?
I believe it's growing just as it does in adults. It's our environment, there's genetics, it's very multifactorial. And the American Academy of Pediatrics is addressing this as a chronic medical problem. And so that's where this evidence-based guidelines are targeting obesity and overweight children in that approach.
Do you think these guidelines will help?
I definitely think these guidelines are a start. They really focus on intensive health, behavioral, lifestyle therapy or changes, because we understand that obesity is a chronic medical problem, and so trying to target behavior changes within the medical home is where we would start that process, but also with other interventions such as dietitians, maybe mental health providers, and also community support. And also, you know, we focus on the child, but it's a family-centered approach, which is very important.
So it's not great that, I mean, it's obviously, it's bad that the obesity rates are higher, but in a way, it is a good thing now that there are guidelines coming down from the organization.
Right, and the hope is that with the guidelines, then there's more and more resources for our families and children, and to even address it more as prevention instead of treatment.
Right. What are some of those guidelines? Run through a few of them.
Well, the main guidelines are really pretty basic. It looks at, you know, our weight and our health as a product of energy in, energy out. So how do we address that? And so in what health prevention strategies or even treatment strategies can we target? And things as simple as sleep can contribute to our health or risk of obesity, and those are things that even a parent can start working on healthy sleep habits very young. Screen time.
Oh boy, that's a big one.
Because again, energy in, energy out, and so if we're spending a lot of time screen time and not with active lifestyle, so can we shift our focus from and decrease our screen time to less than 2 hours a day, spend more time outdoors, activities, and it doesn't have to be sports. It can be going for walks, you know, spending time with friends, doing dance, you know, just positive things. And also as parents, us decreasing our screen time and focus with our children and setting a good example. Other things are obviously the energy in. How do we look at our calorie intake or our food lifestyle or choices? Can we change our environment at all? How do we improve our quality of our nutrition? And you know, the first thing is look at the household. What is in the home? You know, what do we, you know, can we not bring in sugar drinks or snacks? Let's go to the refrigerator instead of the pantry for a snack. You know, maybe cut up apples or things when you get home from the grocery store, and easy to grab portions for the kids. Put them up front where you can see a fruit bowl instead of the cookie jar. So it's targeting the child in the family setting, and how can we help them improve their overall health and well-being emotionally, physically, as well as these are, especially with a young person, these are lifestyle changes that they may have for life.
Yes.
So small changes in the long run can make huge differences.
How do you talk to a kid? You don't want to say, you're fat, you need to stop eating cookies. We don't want to call this an eating disorder. How do you talk about that?
Our children know exactly where they are. And I think that if they've gotten to the point where we are addressing obesity and looking at preventing other chronic medical problems such as heart disease, type 2 diabetes, joint, emotional and social, you know, we want to help them, but they have to own it. And so our job is to empower them to understand, to create an environment that they are encouraged to make good choices and not shame or embarrass, because it is hard when you're an adolescent and your puberty, life is changing, your bodies are changing. Where do you fit in this life, this world? And so there are a lot of negative factors that we do target for, unfortunately, our obese population. And so it is very important to help with the self-esteem.
As someone who was an obese child, I thank you for your work in this, because I wish that my younger self and my parents had these tools.
Oh, that's great. Well, to set up an appointment with a local Suncoast physician and to learn more about what they're doing to head off this epidemic, you can go to their website, firstphysicians.com.
And coming up in our next half hour and standing by in our Roofing by Curry green room, we found a great use for empty champagne bottles. We're going to learn how to upcycle them into organic candles with a Bradenton business.
And Chef Malin from Screaming Goat Taqueria is back in our Rice's Appliance kitchen making some tostadas for us. We'll be right back.
Green Room is sponsored by Roofing by Curry, now a Tesla Solar Roof certified installer.
Hi, Roofing by Curry. Huh. Hello. Another Roofing by Curry truck? Hello. They're everywhere. Honey?
I called Roofing by Curry to get an estimate.
You know, I see your trucks everywhere.
Yeah, I hear that a lot.
Why worry? Call Curry.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal, come have a taste of Wisconsin.
America's Dairyland.
As in real dairy.
It gives Culver's fresh frozen custard its famous rich and creamy flavor.
Like really rich.
So rich.
Rich and creamy.
And our cook-to-order Butterburgers?
They're topped with, you guessed it,
Wisconsin cheese.
But it's the smiles we put on your face with every meal made just for you.
That really makes our hearts melt.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Timeless, luxurious, your Florida home. For over 75 years, Bears Furniture has helped people turn their houses into homes. With the largest selection of genuine leather sofas, sectionals, and chairs. In stock or choose from thousands of customization options. From brands like Natuzzi Editions, Stressless, American Leather, and Bernhardt, a lifetime of memories awaits you, beginning with a timeless product from a timeless brand. Where? Bears.
At Carl Reynolds Law, we live right here on the Sun Coast. It's important to us that we give back to the community we live in.
That's why we have partnered with Meals on Wheels Plus of Manatee to help feed Manatee County. We will be accepting your non-perishable food donations at both our Bradenton and Lakewood Ranch offices. All donations stay in Manatee County, helping our local community.
So please join Carl Reynolds Law in supporting Meals on Wheels Plus by giving today at mealsonwheelsplus.org.
Fall is for family, and that means it's time for the 6th annual Paget Ranch Family Fest in Arcadia. Weekends from October 21st to November 5th, bring the whole crew for big fun on a real ranch. There's nothing else around like the Paget Corn Maze, Hayride, Giant Bounce Pillow, Barrel Train, and Terragator Ride. And don't forget to fill up on the great ranch-raised food and refreshing drinks. Get your quality family time this fall at the Paget Ranch Family Fest, open 10 to 5 each weekend day from October 21st to November 5th.
Norris Furniture and Interiors, where beautiful homes begin.
Welcome back to Suncoast View. Every Saturday morning, artists and local vendors fill Old Main Street in Bradenton for the Bradenton Market. If you take a trip this weekend, you'll see our next guest, a husband and wife team who have launched their line of handmade candles. Patrick Allen and Gina Colo are the owners of Wicks and Wax Candles and Crafts. They join us this morning with a selection of seasonal items. Welcome. Tell us what you brought with you today.
Thank you. We're so excited to be back here. Today we're featuring some of our new products and an update on some of our old products. As some of you know already, we have started started our business back in 2020, we had the idea of we wanted to make candles, but make it in an eco-friendly way. So we wanted to make a soy wax blend candle, but we decided how are we going to make the vessels eco-friendly. And during COVID, it was really hard to get a lot of supplies. I worked at a restaurant in downtown Bradenton, and I had the idea, I see a lot of glass come out of here. How can I take that glass that essentially is going to a landfill and then make it into something new? So we have these upcycled champagne bottles. These are all former champagne bottles. They do come from local restaurants. We handcraft them, then we hand pour the candles inside of our home.
That is so cool. When we first met you, you were Sip and Wick.
That's correct.
So you are not necessarily a new business, and you survived the pandemic.
We
2020.
did.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
But this is a new. So you have a new name and a new brand, but you've been here on the Suncoast for a while.
That's right. We have been around a while. We wanted to expand to include some new candles. As you can see over here, what we have is what we call our cactus candles. These are fully real candles, and they are made with wax succulent molds. They're made with a little bit harder wax, so they do keep their form, they keep their color and their shape forever unless you burn them. Most people just set them out. We do add extra fragrance, so you can pop them open.
So good.
Thank you.
Ooh.
But those will burn. You can light those.
Absolutely.
That's so cool.
Right in the middle of the cactus flowers.
That's right.
They are adorable.
We wanted something pretty and beautiful that's also a cactus. And for any brown thumbs out there like me, this is the only way I can keep
brown
the plant
thumb.
alive.
I love it.
Yes, a low maintenance plant.
That's correct.
That's great. And you also have local scents, too.
Yes, we just got a little peep at some of them. Tell us about Anna Maria.
So we have our Anna Maria. We have a longboat key. We do have some other various ones that are local.
They smell different each place?
They do smell different. They all have a signature scent.
How do you decide the scent of these different areas?
You know, it's just artistic interpretation.
Okay. When we visit and then we smell the scent and we say, boy, this reminds me of Anna Maria or Longboat Key.
Nice.
Like for the Anna Maria, we have a beach wood that fits Anna Maria very nicely. And then for Longboat, we have sea minerals, which is nice, clean, crisp, and elegant for Longboat.
What a great way to give the gift of the Suncoast.
Right.
Or just,
When you have
let your bathroom smell like Anna Maria.
Yes, you're always looking for a unique gift, especially when you have visitors. So I think this would be perfect. But you also have some stuff that's seasonal for Halloween.
That's right. We have lots of Halloween here that we're featuring this year, and you can find all of these at the Bradenton Market. And right after Halloween, Christmas time is coming, so we're really excited about that.
Let's talk about the skulls.
Yeah, the skulls are very cute.
We're getting a shot of them here.
Yeah, so
where did these come from?
We're expanding our line. These skulls are actually made in Texas. They're made with 100% recycled glass, so that fits right in with our mission of trying to make an eco-friendly candle.
That's great.
I love it.
Look how cute that is.
And that would be a real face. I just thought
Linda's just saying. She's just saying that it's a skull. But after the candle's gone, I can see these jars being adorable around your home for like cotton balls, or I've seen people put like Q-tips in them. The skull's perfect.
Absolutely, and we try to tell all of our customers, you know, when you do buy a candle, we do have a discount where you can bring it back for a small discount. We will actually reuse them. However, you can find ways around the house to upcycle things. When I was a kid, my grandmother had a drawer of all sorts of butter tubs and all sorts of things that she would keep and use for certain things. And I thought, why not do that with glass? So we even have little containers now that we feature at the local market where you can put cotton balls, cotton swabs, or anything else you can think of.
But you could re-pour a candle back in there if you brought it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, pennies.
And all right, so you said those are from champagne bottles?
Correct.
And there's something about the glass in champagne bottle that's different. You can't just use any old like $2 bottle of wine.
Correct. Well, when we started, I pretty much cut any type of bottle of glass, and all glass is not created equally. We decided to use the champagne bottles because they're nice and thick, they can hold the pressure, and they're really good about holding the heat. And if you knock them over, they're not going to bust instantly because they're really strong.
Right. Okay, I'm going to put you guys on the spot. I want you guys to each tell us what your favorite scent is and let us sniff it. What's your favorite? If we're coming into your store for the first time.
Your favorite child.
I know. I know.
This one is a fan favorite.
Okay.
We call it the Butterbeer.
Oh, I know what this smells like.
Oh, yes. It's a bourbon butterscotch vanilla.
Oh, yes.
Perfect for fans of
And it took us a while to get that recipe nice and neat.
Yes.
My wife is a large Harry Potter fan. She is all about it, and we wanted to do something.
It's so cute. Even the label.
Exactly. We just got these new labels. They're foil labels, and they shine, and we're super excited.
It's got the sorting hat on it.
Absolutely.
And what about yours? Is that your favorite too?
My favorite for fall is definitely our apple maple bourbon. This one right up here.
All right,
I love the
that
brand new label, and the smell is so fresh, and it reminds me me of fall.
Oh, yes.
Let me ask you a quick question. You know, you had mentioned that you launched the business during COVID, which was such a hard time to do. So first of all, congratulations for surviving and then thriving the pandemic. But now you have a home every Saturday at the Bradenton Public Market. For people that maybe haven't been down to the market, what does it do for you as a local vendor to have that community as an outlet?
First and foremost, we started during COVID, we had about 30 vendors. The Bradenton Market has grown to over 130 vendors, and these are local, hand-picked food, crafts, art. You can find it all at the Bradenton Market, and we'd love to see everybody there. For us, it's just a sense of community. Everyone, all the vendors that are there are very tight with each other. We help each other, and that's kind of what it's all about at these local markets, is being a part of the community and expressing your artistic, value.
I love this. You've made our studio smell delicious, and I'm seeing this is a perfect birthday or Christmas present. So we're thinking ahead, All right, well, you can visit Wix and Wax at the Bradenton Public Market every Saturday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. and you can find more information by visiting their website, wixandwax.com.
Coming up, Leonardo da Vinci is back with our movie guy Sam Hallenbach. He has a preview of the new film, Killers of the Flower Moon. We'll be right back.
Here's what's coming up tonight on ABC 7.
Florida Leather Gallery's Falling for Fall sale is the perfect time to take home the leather seating of your dreams. Save up to 40% off store-wide. Plus, take an extra 10% off and enjoy 12 months of interest-free financing. We stocked our showrooms with all the famous brands you love to live in, with thousands of items ready for immediate delivery. Our Lexperts are fluent in the language of leather and ready to help you choose the perfect seating for your lifestyle. Hurry in. Florida Leather Gallery. Your vision, your way.
Celtic Thunder Odyssey, an exciting new live show. November 1st at the Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall. Reserved seats on sale now at vanwezel.org.
Hey, it's Keith from Badger Bob Services. We say service is who we are because we mean it and we stand by it every day. That's why our team always goes above and beyond to ensure that the job is not only done, but it's done right and within your budget.
Get your free heating and cooling system estimate with guaranteed next day installation, or we pay you $250 and ask about our free clean air upgrades. Book online and see our real-time availability by visiting badgerbobs.com.
Badger Bob's, a funny name, but we're serious about service. It's who we are.
The October clearance jewelry sale is here at Classic Creations, now through October 28th.
Hundreds of yellow tag jewelry items for men and women marked up to 75% off. From diamonds and colored stone rings, bracelets, pendants, and earrings, to men's jewelry, citizen watches, even pearl and estate jewelry. With many marked well below our wholesale cost. How could you go wrong? Spice up your fall with the October clearance sale only at Classic Creations.
With interest rates on the rise, you need some relief. Fortunately, Sarasota Ford's got the rate relief you're looking for. Right now, buy select new Ford models, including America's best-selling pickup, Ford F-150, with discounts up to $9,000 and get 1.9% financing. Now is the time to buy. New Fords up to $9,000 off MSRP and 1.9 financing. Tired of the rate hikes? Get some rate relief on your favorite Ford models now at Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301.
Days before disruptive weather hits the Suncoast, the ABC 7 First Alert Weather Team is on it.
We're on it when it matters to you. We're on it when it means something real in your life. We're on it from the dark to the light, every day, every night, no matter how long it might take. We're on it, yeah, yeah. We're on it.
Celtic Thunder Odyssey, an exciting new live show. November 1st at the Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall. Reserved seats on sale now at vanwezel.org.
What my father's created is great to be a part of. His leadership is key, and I really believe it's the way that we treat our people too.
Probably the most common thing I hear. It's an excellent experience. From the sales experience to delivery and installation, we're here to help.
Taking care of customers, making customers happy, and solving the problems the ways we've maintained success.
Whether it be an appliance, a barbecue grill, or a mattress set, it's important for us to deliver a high-quality product with expertise service.
Suncoast View Kitchen, sponsored by Rice's Appliance and Bedding Center.
3 Hollywood powerhouses are teaming up for a new film. Martin Scorsese directs Leonardo DiCaprio and Robert De Niro in a new drama hitting Suncoast theaters this weekend. And our movie guy Sam has a preview.
You know, you got nice color scheme. What color would you say that is?
My color.
From Apple Films comes a big-name heavy hitter called Killers of the Flower Moon. Back in the 1920s, an indigenous group known as the Osage lived in Oklahoma atop oil-rich land. Word got out, in particular to a profiteer named...
Flows freely here now. I do love that money, sir.
William Hale. And soon a wave of murders befell the Osage community, says director Martin Scorsese.
Where is the heart of the story? This systemized kind of racist tragedy occurred, and yet many of the white people that were there who were perpetrating it were still very good friends with some of the Osage. So what is that about?
This wealth should come to us.
Hale is played by Robert De Niro.
Their time is over.
Yet the beating heart of Killers of the Flower Moon lies with the unlikely union of Hale's nephew, Ernest Burkhart, and his Native American wife, Molly. They're played by Leonardo DiCaprio and Lily Gladstone.
I felt her at moments living as Molly. She embodied that character. She took on the soul of this woman. I just love Bunny. I love it as much as I love my wife.
The first day that I worked with him, my hands were shaking naturally because it's Leonardo DiCaprio. But after getting through those initial nerves, I was just sitting across from an incredibly present, generous, talented, immensely talented actor. And the rest of the nerves about it faded away when we were just so focused on if we were doing justice to our characters.
When this money started coming, we should have known it came with something else.
In our film, Ernest develops a relationship with Molly Burkhart.
I don't know what she said, but it must have been Indian for handsome devil.
Ernest was encouraged to marry her by his uncle, Bill Hale, in order to get her family's shares in the oil profits.
Working with Leo and watching this master create this character, it's unbelievable.
You gonna kill this Indian?
How'd you know? In real life, William Hale was the banality of evil.
So many troubles will be brought upon you.
Robert De Niro is one of the people on this planet that can change the temperature in a room. He is so powerful.
We're still warriors.
This was systematic, you know. The country was made by white Europeans. That's it. Yeah, but the democracy and freedom for all and the pursuit of happiness for all, you see.
Expecting a miracle to make all this go away. You know they don't happen anymore.
For ABC 7 Suncoast View, I'm Sam Hallenbeck.
And coming up next, we are heading to our Rice's Appliance kitchen with the Screaming Goat Taqueria. We are making roasted Brussels sprout tostadas. We'll be right back.
Good morning, I'm Brissa Bradfield. We'll be back with more Suncoast View here in just a moment. But first, we do want to let you know what's coming up today at 10. 1 in 5 Americans struggle to read. How that could impact voter turnout on our election. We've got that at 10. Mike?
really cool photo of the day for the 10 o'clock show today as well, so tune in for that. We've got beautiful weather. Come indoors for the 10 o'clock and the noon. Otherwise, you can enjoy the outdoors. We're up to 82, and that'll be into the early afternoon, around 2 to 3 o'clock. There's just no moisture for us in the atmosphere. This thin little line here is a cold front that's falling apart, so no moisture for us. We're back to sunshine here. This is the purple, the dry air, very dry air. And then on Sunday, we might see a few more clouds once again. But the whole country is relatively quiet. There are hardly any storms to look at. 82 today, 84 for Saturday and Sunday. Comfortable dew points. A little more cloud cover here on Sunday.
First Alert Weather is sponsored by FPL.
Here in Florida, every name tells a story. Just saying Ian, Nicole, or Wilma brings about strong memories. But then there's Adam and Gary. Together, their teams helped rescue over 3,500 people. And there's Shane, Clyde, and Robert. Together, they have more than 60 years of storm experience. They stand with an FPL team of thousands ready to respond. So as the next storm approaches, just know our job isn't finished until everyone's lights are back on.
We support foster parents every step of the way, from access to trauma-informed therapies to household help. Our goal at All Star is to help you thrive as a foster parent. Learn more at allstarchildren.org. Come make a difference in foster care with us.
Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. With over 2 million phone calls last year alone, more people in more cities across America want more Morgan & Morgan. When you hire Morgan & Morgan, you're also hiring a family business. And after 35 years, we now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. Protecting America, fighting for you. Injured? Call Morgan & Morgan. For the people.
Now's the time to get Behr's quality furniture at warehouse pricing. The biggest brands, the biggest savings, the biggest clearance event of the year. Save up to 75% off selections from Natuzzi Editions, Theodore Alexander, Tommy Bahama, and more. Like this genuine Italian leather sofa, just $9.99. Or this 5-piece dining set, only $7.99. Hurry in. Store-wide savings of up to 75% won't last. Where? Behr's.
We support foster parents every step of the way, from access to trauma-informed therapies to household help. Our goal at All Star is to help you thrive as a foster parent. Learn more at allstarchildren.org. Come make a difference in foster care with us.
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 on ABC7.
We are having fun in our Rice's Appliance kitchen with Chef Malin Parker from Screaming Goat Taqueria. Welcome back. For those of us that don't know about the Screaming Goat Taqueria, we've had you on before. Tell us about what it is.
All right, we are a Latin street food destination. We specialize in tacos. We have some kind of our own special takes on tacos, like a Korean beef taco or a black bean falafel taco. We also have some more traditional.
Joe likes the sound of that.
Think of normal, you know, Latin, Mexican type food as well.
It's so creative, and even like I'm not a vegetarian, but you have so many great options for meat eaters and vegetarians. It's some of the most creative tacos that I've seen.
Where'd the Screaming Goat come from?
You know, I have wanted to do a concept like this for years, for decades, and I keep notebooks of all different kinds of ideas, and I heard this term Screaming Goats, and I thought it was brilliant for the name of a taqueria. And so
I love it.
We don't forget it.
I've seen the video of the Screaming Goats online. People were saying, it sounds like Taylor Swift, like they were saying it sounded like, yeah, so we've seen that video.
Ahead of the brand.
Yeah, you're ahead of it. All right, well, what are we making today?
All right, well, we're going to do Brussels sprout tostadas. And I know maybe you don't think of Brussels sprouts as a Latin ingredient, but they are great. Actually, Mexico is the second leading producer of Brussels sprouts in the world, believe it or not. Yeah, so I thought I would show you guys kind of how to prep these. I know the holidays are coming up, and these are a great item, and some people might be a little intimidated, but you can buy them. They come like this, and actually, if you can also find them. They grow on a sprout that's about that long, and it's really cool to just roast that whole thing full if you can get that. I know Morton's Market around the holidays carries those.
Okay.
So what you want to do is you just kind of want to clip the end off. If there's any kind of discolored outer leaves, these are really clean looking. You can sort of peel them off. and just cut them in half. I want to make sure that they're all kind of the same size. If I have bigger ones, I'll cut them in quarters.
Okay.
But again, you can do this for your holiday recipes as well. And if you have leftover Brussels sprouts from the holidays, this is a great recipe to sort of use up leftovers.
Ah.
So I've got some that I've already cut. This is olive oil.
Okay.
And then we're going to add a little bit, we call this goat spice, but it's basically, you know, cumin, coriander, smoked paprika, salt. If you have a taco seasoning, one of your favorite, you can use that. And we're just going to...
Anything to give it some flavor that's one of your favorite.
And we want to get them roasted, right? Like we like that little bit of burn, that tiny little burn.
Exactly. So, Linda, I'm going to let you flip those and
back up.
There you go. Oh. Perfect.
Clean up on aisle 17.
You want me to give you a hand with that? Yeah, just a little,
we'll leave it to the expert.
All
Look
right.
how beautiful you made that
And
one.
this is going to go...
Look how easy that is for a pro.
For a pro, yes.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and slip these into our oven that's right down here below, Linda.
Yes.
And I've actually
Magic
got
of
some...
TV. Yes. Done.
I've actually got some that have been cooking. And be careful, guys, because this pan is really hot from being in the oven.
For being in the oven.
The oven, yes.
Here, I'll braise
and
them.
just as Joey said, we do like to get a little bit of color on them. Sometimes the outer leaves will sort of fall off, and they get that crispiness
Those
about
are the
them.
best ones.
Linda's going to grab one.
I know,
Better
but
be careful. They are very
I'm
hot.
going to pick at all the food before it's time.
Oh, it's so good.
I'll take one, but I want to ask you how we assemble the rest of the the items.
So what we're going to do, let me grab my towel.
Keep us on task, yes, while I eat one.
And I'm going to have you guys all assemble your own.
Okay.
What we're going to do, and again, you can substitute ingredients. These tostada shells I fried, but you can actually take these, toast them off in the oven. And this is a great way also to use up
These are just corn tortillas?
These are corn tortillas.
Okay.
So this is a great way to use up leftovers as well if you have taco night. And so we're going to smear a little bit of guacamole on here.
This is a lot more fun than just plain tacos at home, you know?
Yeah.
We're going to take some of our Brussels sprouts, and this is a vegetarian version of this dish, but you can also make it vegan if you leave out the cheese.
Okay.
So a little bit of corn.
Linda went in for round 2 on the Brussels sprouts. I'm telling on her because they must
they're pretty
They must be that good.
I've got a little bit of our smoked pepper salsa that we do at the restaurant. Just a little squeeze here, and a little bit of queso fresco.
Oh, I was going to ask what cheese that was.
A little bit of pumpkin seeds, again, a really nice little fall item.
Are those pickled onions?
Pickled onions, yeah.
God bless you.
Just a little bit there.
Joey's loving all the flavors.
I am. This is my favorite time of year. Like, all these flavors are perfect.
Are you going to take a bite?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Take a bite.
Oh, here, I'll set up another plate so you can start making more.
Yeah.
Right.
Are they spicy? Because I know you
want to jump in here and make some of them?
You put some spicy sauce on it. Is that spicy?
It's not. This isn't spicy. It's just got a little bit of a smoky flavor to it.
Okay. All right, well, we're going to continue assembling these, but you can try this and all of their colorful Latin-inspired food that Malin has to offer. Just head over to their website, screaming-goat.com. All right, hand that over my way. I got to make one of these.
All right.
Oh, they look delicious. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we will be right back. We're going to continue making these, but we'll be back here in a second after we eat our dishes.
Adult psychiatrist Dr. Rebecca Cohen answers your questions about brain health and well-being for Transformation Thursdays on the Suncoast View. Visit drrebeccacohen.com/ABC7 and submit your question today.
Get up to 20% off beautiful Karastan carpets this month at G-Fried Flooring America. Your new carpet comes with rebates of up to $1,000 and an installation guarantee. 18-month no-interest financing also available. Local, guaranteed, G-Fried.
Florida Leather Gallery's Falling for Fall sale is the perfect time to take home the leather seating of your dreams. Save up to 40% off store-wide. Plus, take an extra 10% off and enjoy 12 months of interest-free financing. Hurry in. Florida Leather Gallery.
Anthony's Cooling, Heating, and Electrical has been serving Manatee and Sarasota counties since 1988. Our customers know that they can trust us to provide everything they need for their homes at transparent and honest upfront prices. Our technicians are licensed, bonded, and insured, and because they don't work on commission, they'll never try to pressure you into a repair or replacement you don't need. And remember, at Anthony's, you don't need new until we say you do.
In March of 2016, I was diagnosed with multiple myeloma. We flew up to New York, we went to Boston, we went out to Houston, but the hidden gem is right in my backyard, and that was Moffitt.
Your best chance of beating cancer of the blood is in Tampa. Moffitt Cancer Center has teams led by over 40 world-renowned physicians who specialize exclusively in blood cancers, including leukemia, lymphoma, and myeloma, and provide the most advanced treatments such as immunotherapy, personalized targeted therapies, and blood and marrow transplantation.
It takes us all to find a cure for cancer. We're going to get this done.
Moffitt experts have experience with the rarest of blood cancers and are utilizing over 600 active clinical trials to help provide the best outcomes in Florida.
Moffitt is doing work that is improving patients' outcomes.
Call Moffitt to connect with a blood cancer expert.
I'm thankful the Florida Lottery makes fun games for all players. Like the new $5 million triple match scratch-off. They got the fun covered, so I can relax. Thought a hot tub would be hotter.
Enjoy more fun under the sun. Where to go and what to do in East Alabama. Personalized just for you. Find your sweet spots at alabama.travel/sweetspot.
Radiology Regional reminds you to have a screening mammogram every year. Schedule yours at our Lakewood Ranch office. Same and next day appointments available.
Visit mysuncoast.com and download the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC7. ABC7 News at 7, weeknights.
We had a lot of fun on the show for this Friday, tossing some Brussels sprouts around, but also talking about Dolly Parton and her love for fax machines. So, Brissa, Brendan, I want you to raise your hand if you've ever sent a fax. No! I didn't think so.
Yeah,
okay.
feeling old, feeling
Yeah, we're all raising our hands. We're raising our hand. We've all sent a fax.
All right, that counts, that counts.
You'll never talk to Dolly Parton. That's the only way she communicates.
Yeah, if you want to get a hold of her, her people contact your people. You got to do it through fax.
Via fax
today. We're learning
That's
that.
how this is working? Like, oh.
Yes. She doesn't want you to text her. She wants you to fax her, and she'll get back to you when she can get back to you.
I love Dolly. Yeah, me too.
We're learning so much. All right, what do you guys have coming up today at 10?
Thank you, guys, and thank you all for joining us at 10. And it's the 1-year anniversary for a project here on Suncoast.
Today we are kicking off a weekend worth of